Okay, example 2-11 की अगर हम बात करें तो we have again two forces which are acting on this hook. One is a force F1 whose magnitude is known to us, which is 300 Newton, and its direction is also known to us. That is, this force F1 is making an angle of 45 degrees with respect to x-axis, 60 degrees with respect to y-axis, and 120 degrees with respect to the z-axis. So we can use these alpha, beta, and gamma in order to write this force F1 in terms of its Cartesian notation. ठीक है, उसके अलावा आपके पास जो second force है, which is this force F2, its magnitude as well as coordinate direction angles are not known to us. However, the resultant of these two forces is a force Fr acting along the positive y-axis and has a magnitude of 800 Newton. तो आपके पास जो है वो F2 तो unknown है, लेकिन Fr जो resultant है इन दोनों का वो आपको known है कि it is a force having a magnitude of 800 Newton and it is acting along the positive y-axis. अब इसको सॉल्व करने के लिए हम वही कार्टेशियन वेक्टर नोटेशन वाला तरीका जो है वो इस्तेमाल करेंगे. थोड़ा सा फिगर मैं साइड पे कर देता हूं ताकि सोल्यूशन हम यहीं जो है वो करते रहें. सो स्टार्टिंग विद फोर्स F1. F1 की अगर हम बात करें तो जिस तरह भी कहा था कि F1 की आपको मैग्नीट्यूड नोन है और अल्फा बीटा गैमा नोन है, तो वी कैन ऑलवेज राइट F1 इन टर्म्स ऑफ इट्स कार्टेशियन नोटेशन एज 300 cos of 45i plus 300 cos of 60j plus 300 cos of 120k. So this is going to be the Cartesian vector notation of F1. So once we put the values of these angles, F1 vector would comes out to be 212.13i plus 150j minus 150k, and the units are going to be Newton. तो ये आपके पास force F1 आ गई है in terms of its Cartesian vector notation. Okay, force F2 is not known to us, so we are going to use a generic form of F2, which is going to be of the form F2xi plus F2yj plus F2zk. So F2 को हमने उसकी जेनेरिक फॉर्म में लिख लिया. हमें F2x नहीं पता, F2y नहीं पता, F2z नहीं पता, लेकिन ये बताया कि जाहिर है ये कंपोनेंट्स i, j और k एक्सिस के अलोंग एक्ट कर रहे होंगे. Okay, what about Fr? Can you write Fr in terms of Cartesian notation?
Yes sir, मैग्नीट्यूड तो हमें पता है उसका.
What about its direction? Frx along the positive y-axis. So what should be the Cartesian notation of Fr?
सर ये 45 और 60 को ऐड कर देंगे हम सर.
नहीं सर, थोड़ा सवाल गौर से पढ़ें. F1 और F2 का रिजल्टेंट Fr है जो कि गिवन है आपको कि it acts along the positive y-axis with a magnitude of 800 Newton. So if a vector is acting along the positive y-axis, what should be the unit vector which we should include with 800 Newton? So unit vector J आपने ऐड कर दिया. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
Okay. So as per that vector addition, we know that Fr is the vector sum of F1 and F2, isn't it? So we are writing Fr here as 800j. F1 would be F1 plus F2 would be equal to 212.13 plus F2x I plus 150 plus F2y j plus minus 150 plus F2z k. ऐसे ही होगा?
Yes sir.
Okay, so how we are going to find out now the values of F2x, F2y and F2z? Any idea? Anyone volunteer?
कंपेयर कर लेंगे i का.
सर ये
compare कर लेंगे.
i और k वाला इक्वल टू 0 करेंगे, बाकी दूसरा j वाला इक्वल टू 800 करेंगे सर.
So basically what we are doing is since it is a vector equation, so equating the I, j and k coefficients on both sides of this equation. So once you compare the I coefficient, since on the left hand side the I coefficient is 0, basically a 0i plus 0k plus 800j है. So since on the left hand side the I coefficient is 0, so we can write that this 0 should be equal to 212.13 plus f2x. Similarly, once we compare the j coefficients, then it means that 800 should be equal to 150 plus f2y. And once we compare the k coefficient, it means that 0 should be equal to 150 minus 150 plus f2z. So comparing the I, j and k coefficients on both sides of this equation, आपके पास तीन equations आएंगी. तीनों equations को जब आप solve करेंगे, तो you can get the values of the three unknowns f2x, f2y and f2z. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir, clear.
ठीक है. Okay, so once you have got these three components, then f2 should be equal to f2xi plus f2yj plus f2z. कि आपने इसको f2 को भी कार्टेशियन वेक्टर नोटेशन फॉर्म में लिख लिया है. ठीक है, क्योंकि आपके पास तीनों कंपोनेंट्स आ गए हैं, so f2 को आपने कार्टेशियन नोटेशन में लिख लिया है. The magnitude of f2 would be equal to 212.13 square plus 650 square plus 150 square whole under root. So the magnitude comes out to be 700 Newton. And accordingly, आपके पास vector भी आ गया, उसका magnitude भी आ गया. So now you can determine alpha, beta and gamma, which are basically representing the directions which f2 is making from the positive x, y and z axis. So alpha 2 should be equal to cos inverse minus 212.13 over 700. इसी तरह beta 2 should be equal to cos inverse 650 over 700 and gamma 2 should be equal to cos inverse 150 over 700. So this is how you can find out alpha, beta and gamma for this course F2. Is it clear to all of you? कोई क्वेश्चन जो आपका इस प्रॉब्लम से रेलेवेंट हो पूछ सकते हैं आप.